Hi everyone. I wanted to share this resource that I found on Teachers Pay Teachers. It's a free resource that you can search Spring Bunny Bump, or if you comment below, I'd be happy to share it with you since it's free. And for this game, you can use it for math, or I'll show you a different way to use it for reading. You can use it for younger grades to learn numbers. You can use it for addition, subtraction. You can even use it for multiplication for a little bit older kiddos. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna need 2 dice. Doesn't matter what color, doesn't matter what size, as long as you have 2 dice. And then you will need, if it's gonna be a 2-player game, so you're going to need 2 different kinds of game pieces. Typically in the classroom, we'll use mini erasers or counters, but I didn't bring any of those home. So today I'm gonna use some decorative rocks that I had, and I'm gonna use some fruit snacks that everybody loves. You can use even seashells, you can use Legos, candy, checker pieces, anything really that's small enough to fit in one of these squares, and or if it's stackable, that would be even better. So what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna roll the 2 dice, and I'll go first, player 1. And I'm gonna add my numbers together. So 6 plus 3 is 9. And if you have a kiddo in kindergarten and they're not quite doing addition yet, just simple number identification would be fine. So 6 plus 3 is 9, so I'm gonna find my 9. I'm gonna be the rocks, and I will go right there. So then it's player 2's turn. They're gonna roll the dice, and 2 plus 1. And it's really helpful to repeat though that number problem, that number sentence, 2 plus 1 equals, to get in the habit of using those terms for addition. So 2 plus 1 equals 3. So my fruit snacks player is going to go right there. If I were to roll and roll a 3, I could actually take over that 3 from my fruit snacks player. And now it's my fruit snacks turn. So they're gonna roll. 4 plus 2 is 6. And they're gonna go on the 6. And let's say I roll and I get a 9 again. If I get a 9 again, I can actually, now that I'm the rock, I can add 2 to my square, and now that prevents the fruit snack player from taking my 9. So once there's 2 or you have a stack of 2, it is safe. They can't take that one anymore. And you really just play until you decide not to, until you decide somebody wins. You can play once somebody gets 5, or once you get 5 in a row or 3 in a row. It's really however you decide to play. So that's my first one. You can also do this with subtraction. Is a little bit harder only because you will need some larger dice with bigger numbers on them, and then you have to really practice that skill of the bigger number goes first, and then you can take away the smaller numbers. So if you don't have those dice, stick to addition or number identification. For a little bit older kiddos, I did not create this resource. I just wanted to add that. This resource is by Denise, by Sunny Days on Teachers Pay Teachers. She lives in Florida. So Sunny Days, this resource is created by. For this one, multiplication, they're gonna do the same thing. They're gonna roll the dice and they're just gonna multiply. 2 times 4 is 8. And so they would play this same exact way that we played the addition game. Now another way you can play, she has 3 game boards on this resource for Spring Bunny Bump. It's an empty one, it's a blank one. What I would do is, if I had a printer, I would probably print this out and laminate and use some mini erasers that have bunnies on them or eggs in class, but I don't have these things at home with me. So I don't even have a laminating sheet or anything. I don't have my printer right now set up. So I am playing this strictly on the iPad if I don't have a printer. And how can we make it so that we can fill up this board? Well, I had to kind of think out of the box. Everybody has one of these, right? A gallon size Ziploc baggie. So I'm just gonna place it over my game board. And I can do letter identification, and maybe I'll do an A, I'll do a C, I'll do an X. So you can do letter identification. Just gonna erase. If you erase on the board, it might move a little bit, maybe not. You can also do sight word identification. So that's really hard writing backwards. You can do C. So you really can do anything on this. You can do shape identification and draw shapes. For your preschoolers, your little toddlers, you can do color identification. And I just used a dry erase marker, and you can use color dry erase markers and do color identification. And just pick out, simply have some crayons available and pick out a crayon, and that's the color that you get, and put your game piece on that color. So you can really kind of get creative and do anything with these, but this resource in particular is called Spring Bunny Bump by Sunny Days on Teachers Pay Teachers. Her name is Denise. I'm going to send some other ones out there, but this is just one of the resources that you can really pick and choose. And like I said, if you don't have a printer, you can simply just play on your iPad or tablet as your game board. So just a fun way to play a game with somebody. It could be a sibling or a parent, somebody that lives at your house, to practice that good old social distancing. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great day.